Hi everyone. Today I'd like to speak about the topic of unconscious homophobia, or at least this is how I named it to understand the context. What is unconscious homophobia? It's so as I say, it's unconscious, meaning it's not like I have an issue with homosexuality, but it means I don't have an issue, but when I was younger, I can remember, especially when I was in my late teens or early 20s, like I would definitely have many gay friends. It was not a problem at all. Never have been. And I would never say I'm not homophobic. I have no problem with homophobia. But the but is that if a male friend would come close to me, too close physically, there was a kind of a feeling of a discomfort. If this male friend would be gay, or there would be even a tension happening, and the idea of being touched or hugged in a sweet way would be kind of rejected, like it doesn't work. I've been working through that obviously since those years, and I'm quite really much at peace with all this topic. And I'm seeing all the brothers around me, all those men that they still have this tension of getting close physically in a soft way by another man. There is probably this idea that I'm not gay. I have no problem with homosexuality, but I'm not gay. And this very subconscious thought is a problem, is the base of so many problems actually. Let's just start. If I'm with another man, how can I relate to him if I always have to put a physical distance? If I'm not able to really emotionally connect to a man, how can I relate to him? How can I grow the man that I am by example if I'm not able to really connect? And touch and emotional link is the base of it. How to ask yourself if there is this unconscious homophobia in you is very simple. Are you at ease with the idea that a man hug you for a long time? Not hug, like a hug which lasts maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes or more. Are you at ease with a man when you feel sad, for example? Will hug and pet your hair to try to console you, to try to make you feel better, to make you feel not alone? Are you at ease with a man holding your hand? Are you at ease with a man give you a kiss on the cheek? Those very simple questions, if any of those is kind of triggering something, means there is still a lot of those beliefs that I'm not gay and everything that looks like gay is refused. So what are the consequences of those beliefs? If I cannot get very close to a man, first of all means I meet men only in the masculine. I cannot go in my softness with a man to a certain, at least to a certain level, up to a certain extent. If I cannot go in my softness with a man, if I cannot go in my feminine with a man, it simply means that I will see men as have to be masculine. I will not have much teaching. I will not have much transmission and transmitting of that soft aspect of man. I don't need as a man to always be hard and competitive. I can also be soft and empathic. But if there is this distance with the other men, with the brothers, I don't really get the experience of that empathy and softness in men. So it's definitely making me incomplete, and it set me like in a jail. The jail of I'm only masculine, and when I'm feminine is only with a woman. So that's another topic I'm gonna develop soon. If I don't get that touch, physical and emotional touch from another man, I will crave for it because as a human being, I need that touch. It is for my health, for my own sanity. I need that touch to feel good, to feel balanced, to feel alive, to feel connected to the world. If man cannot give me that touch, where do I look for it? In woman. Now there is a small thing to add in this topic is that the concept that if I start, I have to go till the end. And very often, in terms of sexual energies, when we meet someone, there is this idea somewhere in the head that I need to go till the end. Like if I kiss, I will probably go into touching. If I begin to touch, I will go into undressing. If I begin to undress, I will probably go into foreplay. From foreplay, I will go to probably oral sex and then penetration. Because this is the logical line of heavens. And if I stop before the hand, there is a lot of shaming happening in society. As a man, if I stop before the hand, you're a pussy. What, you didn't have sex when you could? And there is a shaming over there. And if it's not the word, I may shame myself. The idea I'm not of man enough. And if a woman is starting and not going to the end, there is another kind of shaming, which is like, wow, you warm up a guy and you didn't go to the end. What the kind of slut you are. And this is just an example. There is a lot of social conditioning on that stage that if you start, you need to go to the end. Obviously, which is not true. This is not for everyone, though it's kind of a global thing I can see with my clients in coaching. It's very, very coming again and again, this topic. So, back to the unconscious homophobia. If I cannot touch, if I cannot get the touch, physical, emotional, from a man, I look for a woman. But then as soon as I will get this touch, there is this idea that this touch means going into sexuality. That's what I meant before. And for many people, at least on an unconscious level, when they look for touch, in terms of men at least, when they begin to look for touch because they need to feel this chemical reaction in their body of feeling connecting to someone, they link in their brain like they look for sex. But actually what is desired and what is longed for is not sex, it's connection. But because touch is hardwired in the brain, like touch means sex, and touch cannot get found us or someone else than in a woman, then what I want is sex. Meaning men become very needy. They become like horny dogs running after a prey. They need sex. But if at the very beginning we could change that concept, that paradigm that men relate only in a certain way, because if not, it's gay, unconscious homophobia. If men could relate in another way, all this vanished. Suddenly, if I can be with a brother and I can hug, and when I feel bad, I'm totally at ease to cry in his arm, I'm totally at ease if he's crying to hold him and pet his head, or caress his back, or hold his hand if he needs support, or if I can give this softness to a man, it means that when I will meet a woman, I will not go anymore with this neediness. I will just be aware that, okay, there is a connection there. I may want to connect with that woman. Connect. That's it. And if I'm able to have this physical touch with a man without the sexual idea, I will also directly be able to be with a woman, have the first sexual touch, but not thinking about sex. And by sexual, I mean polarity-wise, meaning masculine, feminine. And I can touch, and it doesn't have to go into sex. It's just touch. This will definitely help a lot into the concept of brotherhood and sisterhood. This very idea of rejecting men in their softness, this unconscious homophobia, this fear of meeting a man physically and emotionally, is the base of so many problems. I remember a while ago I saw on internet this video of two guys, sorry I don't remember their name. They were speaking about doing the belly to belly with a brother, and I thought this is a wonderful idea. And I'm asking you, are you able to make a belly with a brother without feeling uncomfortable? And if no, it's definitely because there is this concept that doing that is gay, or doing that is not manly. Whatever you want to put in your brain or in your unconscious brain, there is this idea that I don't do this with men, which is such a big pity. So yeah, that was the topic I wanted to address today and speak about. So I hope this inspires some of the brothers to try to be more close to other brothers and realize there is no idea of homosexuality because you can get close to a man. It doesn't have to get at all linked to this. It means brotherhood. It means bromance, if you prefer. It means just I'm getting myself with another man which is also able to be himself. And I don't need to be always in the hard and the competitive way, which also is good in its own time when it's not the only option. So yeah, I really encourage you as a man to explore that, to check with yourself. Am I having rejection or resistances toward homosexuality? And by unconscious, I mean I don't judge other one, but me, no. This very no is the base of so many problems in life and is the base of so many problems to relate with women. So yeah, with this I send you a lot of warm man hugs and wish you a beautiful day.